welcome to part 3, the Cambridge exam paper 3, paper 2, November 2008. Okay, so earlier the special category here had 0 on it. What I forgot to show you is if you go back home, go to special and format. If you just select, you can either select true or false, or yes or no, or on or off. Okay, so that's what I've done now. Right, now to begin our next question, okay, it says here, save the data. Obviously I've typed out these 3 tables now. Okay, produce a report from the data which shows only the records where country is Colombia, Guatemala or Peru. Shows only the fields code, product and price, sorted into ascending order of country, and the title as Coffees of America, page orientation of portrait, and has your name, candidate number, sentence number on the right of the footer. Oh, sorry, I'm a bit bunged up today. Right, so I'm going to go here now, and I'm going to close this table. If I don't close this, when it comes to making my query, it won't let me do it because it'll say that the tables are opened by another user. Okay, I mean, I can show you that error. So what I'm going to do is just, because it may come up in your exam, and obviously in your exam I don't want you to worry, okay, that something's not going right and you start getting frustrated. So, query design, and add, close. I'm going to double click up here, pull this down, okay, and I'm going to type in my countries. So Colombia, or, okay, oops, wrong. I'm going to do half and half here because otherwise I will just forget things. I know what I'm like. Okay, and sometimes my spelling of countries that I don't think about often isn't very good. Or Peru, there we go. So I'm going to run this query, and this is the error. So it says already open exclusively by another user, and the interface cannot be manipulated, and so on. So just press OK. All you do is look at your tabs here, right click, and just simply close. Okay, so I'm going to run my query, go back to design, run, and here are my records. So let's take a look. Colombia. Right, I cannot see any Colombia. I can see Guatemala. I can see Peru. So if I can't see Colombia, there must be a mistake. Okay. So what you must always check what you're doing. So I'm going to go to view here, and I'm going to check that I spelled Colombia properly. And as you can see, I haven't. So as you can see, this happens to the best of us. You can accidentally spell something wrong, or you could just spell things wrong. It's that simple, okay? It's a very easy thing to do. And I think with the examiner picking, you know, these certain countries here, maybe they're trying to trick you, okay? So I'm going to run that query again. And as you can see, I now have 9 records. And you can see there's Colombia, there's Guatemala, and there's Peru. So all 3 countries there represented. So, now, as I said, so maybe you may do a query one day where you may have to choose 3 or 4 things, and maybe only 2 of those 3 or 4 things come up, okay? But always check what you're doing, and if you've done it right, then it's right, okay? But as you can see, what I did there was I double-checked something, and it was wrong, okay? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to check my query again, so it says only showing the fields code, product and price, and sort it into ascending order of country. So I'm going to go back here, okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to country, and I'm going to make sure that it's in ascending order, okay, so ascending. I don't need category, so I need code, I need product, but I don't need country, and I don't need stock, I don't need reorder, I need the price, I don't need special, and I don't need the notes. Okay, so, and that is correct, because if you look back at the exam paper here, that's what they're asking for, code, product, price. So now when I run this query again, you can see that it is sorted into an ascending order, and you can see those 3 are showing. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to save this title as Coffees of the Americas. So right click, save. Now the reason why I'm doing that is I might not have to type it out again later because it saves a bit of time. I'm going to close this. And now I'm going to go on to make my report. So I'm creating my report. So I'm going to go to Report Wizard up here. And you can see that it's on the table. We don't want a table. We want Coffees of Americas. Those are the 3 fields that we want. Go to Next, Next, Next. Now, here they are specifying something. So what are they specifying? Page orientation of portrait. So it's on portrait. Go to Next. And you can see the title's already up here. So I don't need to think about that again. And I've finished it. Okay, so you can see there, it's all finished, but the only thing I need to do is, and don't forget to do this, close your print preview. So we're on design view, and now we want the footer. Okay, so here's the page footer, I believe here, no, page footer. This can be a little tricky, and they want it on the right hand side. Now, be careful what you choose. Okay, there's text box and there's text label. Now, the text box will expect you, okay, to put in some kind of formula of some kind. Okay, so don't choose text box unless that was what you intend to do. If you're intending just to type out your name, candidate number, and so on, you choose a text label, okay, or a label. So here we are. So the footer's on the right hand side. I'm going to type in my name. Candidate number. You can always extend the boxes as well if there's not enough. Okay, so oops. And then down here is my center number. Right, so I'm going to go back to view. Let's see if that's worked. And oops, it hasn't quite, has it? So I've made a mistake. There we go. As I said, it happens to the best of us, but never mind. What we do, Control X, get rid of it, move this back up, okay? And then move this down, the footer, and put it here. As I said, I make mistakes, I do, and I've been teaching this years, okay? But I still sometimes get the odd thing wrong. When I might not have taught databases for a little while, I still forget. But you don't worry about it. Because all you do is you just put it right afterwards, and it's not a problem. Okay. There we go. Now it's correct. Okay. And there we are. There's my footer at the bottom there. Okay. So, and the view, I'm going to go to the layout view. So I'm going to check out the layout, and that's all good. That's fine. And once you've done that, your report is then ready to print. Okay, and hand to the examiner. When they ask you to print things, please print things. And when you send something to print, put your hand up for the invigilator, so the invigilator can either bring it over to you or allow you to go to the printer. But never print anything without your name, candidate number, and center number. Okay, so that's that step done. So the next step is going to be the because obviously I've only got 15 minutes for each video, so I don't want to get halfway on something and have to stop. Okay, so save and print this report. So now we're going to produce a new report with some formulas in. Okay, and so look out for part 4 of this video. Thank you for watching.